Okay, part 2 of the learning to handstand video. Again, using the strap and the wall, and just like we did with the pincher Mayurasana series.
So the strap goes just above the elbows. Place the hands into the mat about shoulder distance apart. Curl up your toes at the wall, and then when you're ready, think of like a short downward facing dog at the wall. Press your heels into the wall. Now, try to think of loosening the strap and then extend your right leg up. Press your heel up the wall, press your hands into the floor. Press, extend the heel up. Next exhale, lower the right foot down and do the other side. Calm breaths, keep pressing, keep reaching the left heel up. And on the exhalation, lower the left foot down, lower the knees down, sit back on the heels, and you can shake out the wrists. Circle the shoulders. Hands shoulder distance apart, toes curled up at the wall. And you'll see it's not the same distance as the downward dog, it's a bit shorter. And then straighten the legs. Good. Press your heels into the wall, press your hands into the floor, extend your right heel up. Then slide your right foot down so that the heel is almost in line with the hip, and then press into the wall, lift your left leg up. You could stay here in this L shape, or maybe come on the toes. Maybe the foot wants to peel away. Left foot goes up the wall, press your heel up. Breathe. And you'll slide your left foot down so it's in line with the hip. Press your foot into the wall, lift your right leg up. Maybe come on the toes. Try not to kick away from the wall.
Then slowly lower back down and lower your knees. Shake out your wrists, circle the shoulders. And then let's go again. Curling the toes up the wall, straightening the legs, reaching the hips back towards the wall. You'll raise your right leg up into the wall and then lift your left leg up towards the ceiling. Try to come on the right toes and pull the right foot up off the wall. And you'll slowly lower it back down. And you'll do the other side. Take your left foot up and then extend your right leg up to the ceiling. Try to pull the left toes off the wall, maybe flex the foot. And slowly lower back down. Lower your knees, shake out your hands if you need to. Then we'll come on to the next exercise. So now we're going to create a box shape against the wall. You'll curl up your toes, straighten the legs just like how we started before. Raise your legs up and try to get your heels so they're in line with your hips. Also have your shoulders in line with your wrists, and eventually looking for one line of wrists, shoulders and hips, and then the heels in line with the hips. And when you're ready, just lower back down nice and slowly.
So we just set up with the fingers facing away from the wall. Now we'll face it with the fingers facing towards the wall. And I'll show you a few little variations of using the wall to set up for your handstand. So when you're ready, come to downward facing dog, but you're about a hand's distance away from the wall. Curl up the toes, straighten out the legs, downward facing dog, just like before. Now step the left foot forwards a little bit. Raise your right leg up. Now you're going to bend your left leg and you're going to use the momentum of your right leg. So use that momentum to kick up to the wall. Maybe the feet come together, press, or maybe you keep the L shape. When you're ready to come down, you'll slowly lower one foot, then the other, back to downward facing dog. We can go straight to the other side. Step the right foot forwards, lift the left leg, use the left leg for the momentum. Bend the right leg, press. Toes can be pointed or flexed. Think of the position of the pelvis. Maybe L shape. Breathe. Press and slowly lower down. Onto the knees. Shake it out. Now, another way to use the wall for handstands is to, instead of kicking off with one foot, kick off with both feet at the same time. So it's like a very big springing action. So again, starting, the hands are about a hand distance away from the wall. Wrap the arms in, press the knuckles down. Downward facing dog. This time you'll bring your feet together at the back of the mat. You're going to bend your legs, gaze forwards, do a big hop and place your feet on the wall. Once your feet are on the wall, slide your legs up, press. Find the position of the pelvis. So this is banana, we don't want that. Lift the frontal pelvic bones, press up. Once you've got that, slide your feet back down. Slowly lower your feet. Circle the wrists out. So we just kicked up with the feet together, put our feet flat on the wall, slid our feet up the wall, then bent the legs again and brought both legs down at the same time. Okay, so either one leg or both legs at the same time for that one. Now we just might be ready now to do the full exercise where we use the work of the fingers. So the fingers are very important in finding the kind of balance and the weight distribution in the pose. So what I'm going to do is use my fingers, pressing my fingers into the floor, pressing my knuckles into the floor to pull my feet away from the wall. So you can choose how you get up there. So maybe one leg kick up or double leg kick up. Again, starting at a hand's distance away from the wall. Maybe you want to get to plank, crown of the head towards the wall, downward facing dog. So then you decide, is it going to be one leg or is it going to be both legs? Maybe try both. Just try to get up the wall any way you can. Slide. Now, straighten. Now I'm going to use my fingers to pull my feet off. You've got to keep a very strong line. So I didn't push my heels into the wall, I used my fingers to pull my feet off. shake it out. So all that work was all in my fingers to pull myself off the wall, okay? It's very tempting to push your heels into the wall to try to lift off, or some people do it like one leg at a time. Try not to do that. Try to keep the legs glued together, keep the core engaged, lift the frontal pelvic bones up again, and then use your fingers to pull yourself off the wall. Okay, one more time. Start with the hands about a hand distance away. And choose the way that you get up. Either both legs kick up or single leg kick up, using the momentum of the leg. Press. Pelvis lifts towards the ribs. Pull the feet off the wall. Then when you're ready, slowly roll back down. And then shake out the wrists. Do those wrist stretches again. Feel it up, shake it out. The other side. Wrists together, elbows wide. And then shake it out. Knuckles together, backs of the hands in the floor, arms bent, keep the hands in fists, slowly start to straighten out. Shake it out. Okay. So what we talked about is the rule for safe shoulder positioning. Actively pressing, okay, so opposing the force that's being placed on them. If you're collapsing to the floor, you need to actively press, just like if you had a dumbbell above your head. If you didn't actively press, it would fall. We also talked about the position of the pelvis. Okay, so a lot of people when they do handstand, they do this banana shape. Okay, we have to think of engaging the core, lifting the frontal pelvic bones up, sending the tailbone down, or in this instance in a handstand, it's towards the heels, which is up. And we also talked about the shoulders. Okay, so the retraction of the shoulders, a lot of pinching, we don't necessarily want that. Protraction, particularly important for the press up to handstand. Protraction, okay? And one more thing is like where to look. So when you first start, you just look at the space, kind of like a small triangle, just where the fingers are, but in between, in the middle of the space between the fingers, okay? As you get better, you could drop your gaze through your arms, okay? So the head will be in neutral. But for now, just keep the gaze in the middle space between the hands. Okay, thanks for watching. I hope you found a little bit of wisdom and some fun exercises to do at the wall. Thank you.